Right. So my last video did a lot better than I was expecting, if I do say so myself. So let's get back to where we left off, shall we? Which was, soup? No. Automatrons? The Londoners, yes, the Londoners. The ungrateful bastards. So after the Londoners, I finished the little spiel about how we're not going to make it by ourselves, and how it's better in London, and how the generator's efficiency faces scrutiny on several fronts. Its sole reliance on coal prompts concerns about long-term sustainability, necessitating careful resource management. The delicate balance between heat output and coal consumption underscores the need for strategic planning. Furthermore, the single-source dependency introduces vulnerability to interruptions in the coal supply chain, demanding a meticulous approach to procurement and storage. From a thermodynamic standpoint, optimizing heat exchange mechanisms becomes paramount to enhance overall efficiency and resilience in the face of extreme conditions. You know, and other stuff like that. Just a whole bunch of unfounded claims and fear-mongering. So, get back into the mines, you bunch of work. Now, we clearly have a problem on our hands. These people are upset and they don't know what to do. So what they need is just a little bit of purpose. There are two paths that you can choose from, faith and order. While in the long run they pretty much do the same thing, there are some large differences between the two that can largely affect your gameplay experience. First, let's peek into the world of order. The first law that you'll have to sign is the neighborhood watch that will give you these little towers that you can put around your tents and houses. And another example is the morning gathering, because nothing says law and order like forced group calisthenics, right? Then we have the foreman, which is considered one of the best laws in the entire game. What it does is that it allows you to hire a foreman into all your workplaces for a few food rations, which increases the productivity of the workplace for 24 hours, which can really stack up in the long run. And yeah, there are a few other things, you know, a propaganda center where you continuously push out disinformation, a prison where you force people into submission, forcing people to pledge complete loyalty to you and your system, and, you know, calling yourself the supreme leader and killing everyone who disagrees with you, you know. Now we can move on to the faith path, a much more divine route. First, you build the House of Prayer, a sanctuary where the hopes and prayers of your citizens can be heard. Or you can scatter shrines across your city, which will increase productivity in all the nearby workplaces. And feel the gentle hum of the House of Healing, where every cough and sneeze can be healed under the symphony of your workers, not just your engineers. You can even use children as healers if you want. And then come the faith keepers, the bouncers of your faith, ensuring that our city remains in perfect rhythm with the divine. Or you can enact the public penance, a solemn ritual that calls for repentance. It is a not-so-gentle reminder that even in our spiritual utopia, we must stay the course or face the divine punishment. Picture, if you will, a city where every whisper is a prayer, every footstep a hymn, and every breath an ode to the divine order. In this utopian vision, I, your humble captain, nay, your humble guide, may find myself elevated beyond the mortal and tempted to declare myself the voice of God him. Excuse me, I get ahead of myself sometimes. Anyway, what was I saying? Never mind. Let's move on to the rest of the new home scenario, shall we? You will have exactly 15 days to prevent the Londoners from leaving the city. You do this by keeping discontent low and hope high. The further along the path you go for either the faith and order route, the easier it is to prevent the Londoners from gaining more followers. Of course, the risk of crossing the line will become greater if you do so. So as you improve your city and as the Londoners either lose or gain followers, there are many events that will happen throughout the 15 days. At the end of the 15 days, depending on how well you did, you will get a few scenarios. Either you convince all the Londoners to stay, or you don't and they leave, which of course will make you lose a certain amount of citizens. Of course, if you're feeling quite grinchy, you can tell your faith keepers or guards to lightly persuade the Londoners to stay. And so concludes Act 2. Act 3, here we come. With the Londoners finally quelled, the third and final chapter begins, marked by the desperate plight of those seeking refuge from the relentless Frostland. New London becomes a magnet for the wary as they come in waves. Each wave brings in more citizens than the last one, but it also brings more sick than the last one as well. So make sure you're prepared or you're going to have a lot of graves or holes in the snow pit, whichever law you chose, to deal with. But with each wave, rumors of something ominous, of something great, of something undefeatable, threatens to consume all in its icy grip. The Great Storm. But the storm isn't just a weather forecast. It's a force that echoes through every corner of your city. Fear becomes palpable as hope begins to drastically plummet. And in the third act, you need to make sure you are ready for the storm that's to come. So stock up on food and coal, and save anyone foolish enough to think that they can survive without your great generator. Panic sets in, decisions become more desperate, and the line between survival and surrender blurs. And then, the heart of the storm descends upon us like a wrathful deity. The wind howls, the temperature plummets, and the once serene landscape transforms into a chaotic dance of snow and sleet. The generator strains against the bitter cold, a fragile heartbeat in the midst of an icy maelstrom. The lower parts of your coal mine begin to fail as the temperature becomes colder, as the foundations weaken. And you have a choice to either abandon the lower levels, meaning your coal production plummets to a fraction of its power, or you send in your brave citizens to make an ultimate sacrifice. But the storm is not just an external force. It is a crescendo of your choices, a symphony of your resilience, and a battleground for your people's survival. The city shudders under its weight, the very air saturated with palpable anxiety. Each passing day is a frozen breath held collectively by your citizens, a silent prayer for the morning light that may bring relief or reveal the extent of your struggle. As the storm reaches its zenith, time seems to freeze. And then, in a breathless moment, on the last fateful morning, the wind relents, the snowfall eases, and the silence that follows is almost deafening. The storm, our relentless adversary, has retreated, leaving behind a city draped in frost and a population that has weathered its fury. But let not the stillness deceive you, for as the sun pierces through the clouds, it reveals not just the aftermath of a tempest, but the indomitable spirit of a city that refused to be buried under the snow, your city. And so we exhale, for in that breath lies the triumph of survival, and the knowledge that in this crucible, New London stands undefeated. And so, as the scene slowly fades to black, a text comes up saying, "Congratulations, you are the Frostpunk." And scene. Alright, so that's the end of part 2. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it, especially the intro. So I was going to make a part about the endless mode, but to be honest with you, it just doesn't have enough substance to really talk about. Even the creators of Frostpunk said that it was just the sort of thing that was tacked on because that was what was expected of the game. It's basically just Frostpunk, but more Frostpunk. So yeah, depending on how well this video does, I might make part 3 as well, just going over the other scenarios and even the DLC. I would like to do that, so if this video does well, I will do it. So yeah, that's Frostpunk. Please like and subscribe, it'll help me a lot. And Merry Christmas, everybody. See you next time.